Okay, I'm recording. I just wanted to make a video because I felt like making a video. Yay! Okay, I don't know what I want to talk about. I just wanted to be on a video tonight. I'm by myself. My husband went fishing. He has left me home, and I'm bored. So now, you guys have to listen to me. Well, no, you don't have to. But if you're watching this video, I guess you are. So, alrighty then. Let's see. I get to go on vacation. I'm so happy. I've never been on a vacation, believe it or not. I've never really went out of the state of Kentucky, except a few times. I went to Georgia to see my mother-in-law, and I've been to Tennessee a couple of times, but nowhere like, you know. I've always wanted to go see the ocean, so we're getting to go to Gulf Shores, Alabama, and yeah, that's thanks to Roxanne. She's the one that got me started wanting to go. But we've already booked our condo, and we're going to go in July sometime. I'm excited. And I hope William decides to go with me, because if not, I'm going to be mad. Yeah, pretty much. I don't know what else to say. I guess I could talk about my weight loss. I'm down, I still don't know exactly how much, but 80-something pounds since March the 1st. March the 1st was my surgery date. I've lost 80-some pounds. I don't know if you can tell from my previous videos and how I look tonight. I'm wore out tonight. I'm very sleepy. Let's see. I'm not able to eat like a lot of stuff. I'm still only eating very, very small portions of anything. Like I can eat like maybe 4 chicken nuggets, and let's see. I'm trying to think of what else I eat. If I eat a hamburger, and I can eat a hamburger, but if I do, I can only eat like half of it. Bread is the devil. I mean, literally, for me, the bread is the devil. I cannot eat bread. Bread gets stuck, in my throat, and I can't swallow it, and it won't go down, and it won't come back up. So I give up on bread. If I eat meat, I usually eat it by itself. I do occasionally try to eat a hamburger, like I said, and I can only eat half of it with the bread. But it takes me a long time just to eat that, just half of it. It takes me hours to consume it. So I gotta go back to Dr. Mobley in June for another weigh-in, so I can hear him gripe on me some more. He got on to me, I think, not this month, but last month. He got on to me and said that I had only lost like 2 pounds, and needless to say, when I went back to him, I let him have it. I was telling him about me retaining water weight and stuff, from, you know, stuff, and he's like, well, yeah, that could be the problem, and I'm like, yeah, but sometimes it sucks being a woman. It really does. Let's see, what else can I blabber on about? Oh yeah, I've been asking the Lord for a while now to show me if He has placed this calling on my life, and I feel like in my heart, I just really feel like God has called me to do something, and there is so much adversity and opposition against what I feel like the Lord has called me to do. There's, I don't know. Only you will know if God has called you to do something. I mean, everyone else will see the evidence of it, when you step into that calling, because the anointing's going to be on you to do that, obviously. But, I mean, just like with this surgery, for instance, I mean, I felt like the Lord was telling me, Angie, go ahead and have it done. He gave me dreams. He spoke to me, and I just had a peace about it. And I knew that God was, going to be with me through all this. And there was people that were concerned about me. I mean, genuinely concerned, that just did not want me to have the surgery done at all. They said that they felt like something bad was going to happen, or that maybe that this just wasn't what the Lord wanted me to do. But every time someone would say something to me like that, it would be like, I don't want to say anger, but it was like this overbearing thing. Like I wanted, like I knew that if I went through with this, that God was in it. So, I mean, obviously I didn't listen to those that told me not to have it done. I went ahead and had it done. I'm glad I did. In the beginning, I was really sick, and I would have said never in a million years would I ever want to do something like this ever again. But now, excuse me, now that I'm out, let's see, March the 1st, April, May, June the 1st will be 3 months I'm out. I'd go back and do it all over again. I really would. I feel better and everything. But back to what I was saying about, when God calls you to do something, or when God tells you to do something, He's speaking directly to you. You don't go to your neighbor and say, well, I feel like God has told me to do this, and try to get man's approval or man's permission, or to get not necessarily approval or permission, but it's like you want their blessings over it or whatever. I can't find the right word I'm thinking of right now, but you just like you want your brothers and sisters, or the people that around you, you want them to be excited with you. You want them to see the vision that God has given you. But that's not necessarily going to happen. I mean, you're going to have opposition, especially, people think, well, if it's the will of God, then you won't have any trouble. I'm here to tell you, you will have trouble. You will have lots of trouble. I mean, even like when God gave me the house that I'm in now, was given to me by God. Even whenever I was going for my home, I had opposition. I had to fight with the guy that the mobile home that was sitting on this guy's land. The guy was not going to let me get my trailer, even though I had already bought and paid for it from Vanderbilt. And he's like, you can't have this. They owe me rent for it sitting on my property, all this stuff. I mean, just little stuff like that. And I mean, and just like I was telling someone else, if God wants you to do something, God is not going to it's not going to be hindered. Like for instance, with back to my surgery again, I had tons of interferences with it. I mean, it took me over a year to have my surgery. They took and started, I think it was in February of 2012, and then just stuff with my insurance, stuff with the doctor. Then the insurance wanted me to lose 5% of my body weight, and they didn't tell me that in the beginning. Then I found out I had to go see a shrink to be evaluated to make sure I'm not crazy and that I'm doing all this for the right reasons. And I mean, just one thing after another. But I kept persevering. And then people were like, when these things would pop up, they would be like, well, Angie, maybe this is God's way of hindering this to keep you from having the surgery. And I thought about that. I really did. I thought, well, maybe they're right. Maybe these things are roadblocks in my way to keep me from having this. And all I wanted was the will of the Lord to be done. That's all I wanted. But I kept persevering because I kept believing that God kept telling me, you know, go ahead, that I'm with you. And if I hadn't have felt that, I wouldn't have went through with it. I really wouldn't have. But I mean, when God tells you to do something, or when you feel like God has told you to do something, or if something isn't the will of, if something is not the will of God in your life, God is not going to hinder it. I'm here to tell you, God will not hinder anything. I will tell you that if God does not want you to do something, He will slam that door shut and He will bolt lock that thing and you will not go through. But the devil does hinder. The devil does cause interference in things, and I've realized that, you know. And I've told the Lord, I said, Lord, you know, with what I feel like He's called me to do, I said, Lord, I'm a woman. Because I've heard so much stuff that, you know, a woman can't do this and a woman can't do that and yada yada yada. And then I'm like, Lord, do you know how backwards I am? Do you know how shy I am? I don't like talking to people. But you know, the Lord's bringing me out of that. He's bringing me out of all that. And by no means do I feel like I'm ready. I feel like the Lord is training me up in the way that I should go. He's training me for the position that He has put me in His army, yes. But am I ready to go to battle, or, you know, step out on that front line and do that yet? No, I don't feel like I am. I feel like I'm still sitting under, or, you know, being trained, more or less. I mean, just like, you know, in the United States Army, soldiers have to go through training, and they have to be taught how to use their weapons and you know, and what their position is or whatever. And that's the same way in God's army. We are called. He don't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. He calls us and then He qualifies us. He ain't gonna call, you know, He's not gonna call the qualified. We gotta be called first and then we'll be qualified. But yeah, I could go on forever, but y'all just pray for me, and just whatever the will of God is, that's what I want in my life. I want His perfect will, and I really love the Lord, and I love Him not just for what He does. I love Him for who He is. And here for the past week, I've really, really sat and I've pondered upon the mercy and the grace that He sheds upon us. I mean, His mercy and His love is infinite. It's unsearchable. It's the mind can't fathom the understanding of God's love towards us. And I mean, it just blows my mind. It really does. It blows my mind of how loving and awesome a God we serve. But I guess I've blabbered enough. I just wanted to make this video tonight, but I love you all, and I may start trying to make video diaries or something, if, you know, because I'm bored. But I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.